Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review for Ready to Love Season 11, Episode 4, Up Close and Personal. If you hear some background noise, my toddler is having a time. Just ignore it. Like, listen to me. We still in Detroit, so what up though? I don't know why the computer's lagging. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Okay. And be sure to like the video, subscribe and share. And also, if you're able to hype, please hype me up. Hype up the video. It helps push the video in the algorithm. Okay, so this week, the ladies have the power to meet in Tommy's lounge. This is their first time being in his lounge. Tommy tells the ladies the rules. What happens in the lounge stays in the lounge. And again, what happens in the lounge never stays in the lounge. But okay, we got to put it out there just for the show's sake, I guess. Anyway, the assignment is for the ladies to bring the guys into their personal space. So that's what they do. Now, our first date is with Dominique. She invited a group to her home. She invited Devon, Christina, Chris, and Bello. Do y'all think that was actually her home, or do you think that was an Airbnb? Like, something about Dominique tell me, y'all can't come to my real house, but y'all can come over to this Airbnb and I can cook over here. I'm gonna chef it up in this Airbnb, but y'all not coming to my actual home. Okay. Now, when Bello arrives, he get a special greeting that nobody else got. Okay, a little smooch. He got a little kiss. I said, already? Like, they only had one day, but you know what? I ain't mad at it. Okay, Dominique is playing the game, honey. Now, the streets is talking. I gotta address it because it's going around being said. The streets don't believe that Dominique is 42. I don't really care if she 42, 52, 72, 32. She is a baddie, okay? She look good, period. So Bello said that in his car cam that his favorite food is oxtails. And everybody picked up because he said it again in front of the group, like, yeah, Jamaican food is my favorite. I'm an oxtail connoisseur. And everybody was like, oh, they picked up what was going down. Like, oh, she make Bello favorite food. And Devon, he wondering why his favorite food, sushi, wasn't on the menu. Because she don't like you like that. But okay, anyway. So Chris pulls Christina for a chat because we know Dominique ain't really interested in Chris. I don't even know why he was there. He compliments her, and she goes into her being bullied as a child. Like, I don't know the transition, but okay. And for me, I feel like, okay, that explains a lot. That explains why she acts the way she does. Like, she feel like she got to be the baddest in the room. She always worrying about other pretty women being in close proximity because she didn't always feel pretty. That okay, it's starting to come together for me. But I feel like most people have been bullied a time or two. That don't excuse her to act the way that she do. It's something about her that just rubbed me wrong. And I picked that up from the first episode. It's something about her I'm just not liking. But okay. Chris said that he was also teased growing up. He had a big old gap and bad braces, and he was bald headed or something like that. And he had to develop skills to compete with the athletes and the football players and all that. Well, nobody gonna turn down some good cooking. So chefing it up in the kitchen was probably the best way to go. Now, Christina claims that her being bullied humbled her, but child, I can't tell. So Devon is attempting to spit game at Dominique. Child, he ain't got no game. It's awful. Because she's like, what are you looking at? You're like, I want you. And it's a little cringy, but okay. And I just want him to get a brush or a new barber. But anyway, so it's just, that wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Dominique said that because he was like, oh, thanks for introducing me to your mom. And she like, you tried it, like, oh, on FaceTime. Child, whoever my background, if I'm on FaceTime, you can say hi to anybody. Like, that ain't nothing special. Let's not get carried away. You ain't getting no kiss. Matter of fact, he got turned down for the kiss. She said she's super close to her family. And Devon said that's why he wants a lot of kids. She asked if her not being able to have any more is a deal breaker. Yeah, just don't even put it out there like, oh, if I can't. Just, girl, say what it is. You ain't trying to have no more children. Point blank in the period. Now he said no, it's not. I feel like yes, it is, because this is the second person I heard him tell that he wants a bunch of kids. So don't act like you don't want them when you do. But he asked if she's open to adoption. She said that she is. I'm just glad adoption is finally on the table. We always talking about surrogates and all the other things, IVF journeys. Why is adoption off the table? There are children who need homes and people to love them. Okay. But, Dominique has older children, because I know she talks a lot about her miscarriages, which is very sad, very unfortunate. And having miscarriages or child loss will take a toll on you and could possibly make you either want to try to have more children or not want to go through that experience again. But she has older children as well. So I feel like if I got grown kids, a baby, not going to happen. But that's just me. But I do appreciate Dominique's transparency. So Christina and Bello chat. And she said they was on the phone for like 2 hours. Then she said she should have been on the phone with somebody else. I said, oh, shit. Apparently, she tested 3 men and said, she really could use a massage. Like, she normally get $300 massages. The first man said he ain't got it like that. She respected that. No, she didn't, because she wants some money, but she claimed she respected it. Another man offered her $180, cashed that to her. Boom. But Bello didn't answer. And she didn't like that. Listen, being a gold digger is your prerogative. Like, if you want to do it, fine, do it. Don't come on Ready to Love, though. This is not the show for gold diggers, sister. Have you watched the previous seasons? If you're a gold digger, why are you here? You're on the wrong show. And it's just, even for a gold digger, like, unless y'all going into it knowing that it's transactional off rip, coming on this strong, this soon is just nasty work. I mean, my goodness. But I think she did too much. And she does seem a little insecure because she made commentary about, there being another beautiful woman in the house. Yeah, and Dominique been with some real heavy hitters, okay? Some real men with big bags. And she ain't coming on like this. So why are you coming around like this for some loose change? There's something about her. She gonna get eliminated soon. I can feel it. So in the next scene, we see Nicole. She invited Devon to the batting cages to play cricket. Have y'all ever played that? I didn't know Black people did that. But anyway, neither here nor there. They were terrible at it. Devon said he liked Dominique, but he's open to Nicole. Seemed like Nicole and Shannon would be more his speed, if you ask me. But they were talking. I don't know what they were talking about. It was so boring, child. Moving on. I feel like we keep seeing the same people going on dates. And where are the other people? Like, I done forgot about half the cast because we ain't been seeing them. Where are they? So Shannon invited Ed, Donna, Xavier, and Darius to her home. And she wanted everyone to bring a personal item that they're comfortable sharing. I appreciate she said, look, if you're comfortable sharing it, bring it. They bought it. Okay. They ain't bring no little mediocre stuff. Like, they bought some real sentimental things. So I really enjoyed this task. Darius bought an outfit that his mother sold for his firstborn daughter, who is now 20 years old. He said his mother passed away, but that's where he got his passion for fashion. May his mom rest in peace. Donna was like, now I see Darius in a new light. Okay. Him and his Beijing may not be all flashy. Okay. He got some depth with him. Well, Donna, you would know that if you gave the man a chance. She can go too. Just a side note, Donna, that look in the confessional with those big bird feathers on the sleeves, throw it out. Throw it away. It just, no. So everyone breaks off. And Donna's talking to Xavier. She's, asking him, has he built any connections? Because word around the curve is that he ain't talking to nobody like that outside of the experiment. He said that he hasn't contacted any of the ladies outside of the process. Well, are you asking to get eliminated? Because that's basically what you're doing, not contacting nobody. I mean, you're supposed to date. It's just a red flag. I don't think he's serious. It's time for him to go. So Ed was talking to Shannon about his boxing history. They get flirty. He like, yeah, I can do more with these hands. They good for massages and stuff too. I don't like when people do come on too strong with stuff like that. Like, we ain't even been on a date and you talking about you can massage me. Like, I don't like that. But she did, her and her pearls. So I mean, okay. But I have a feeling that Ed can flirt with just about anybody. It's something tell me he will flirt with whoever. And then maybe I spoke too soon when I wrote that though, because later on we might see something different. But anyway, Ashante planned a cooking group date with Lauren, Cardi. I mean, want to say Carday. I don't know if it's the way it's spelled. Anyway, in Vince. Happy to see Lauren. We ain't seen her. Like, dang, I almost forgot about you, sister. And that's the Ready to Love producer's fault. Okay. But shout out to Lauren and Ed. They have a podcast called The Recap Lounge over here on YouTube where they recap the episodes of Ready to Love Detroit. So be sure to go ahead, check out their channel, give them a like, support, it don't take nothing to support some fellow YouTubers and just see what's all's going on over there. Here, straight from the horse's mouth, okay? They was on the show and they talking about the show. And I would too if I was on a Ready to Love cast. Okay, you hear me? So the instructor tells them if they have a knife in their hand, yell sharp. First of all, Cardi over there, he don't know how to cut. I said, oh my gosh. I was just telling my son is 13 and he can't, when he cut a steak, he look like he is out in the wild. Like he's never cut a steak before. It is so bad. I'm like, now you got to get this down because when you go on dates with ladies later on, you don't want to look like this. Like you ain't never been nowhere. Cardi not know how to cut nothing. It's crazy to me. He's a full grown man. But anyway, Vince, he started abusing it. He yells sharp every 5 seconds. Like, okay, she said when you pick up the knife the first time, not every time you cutting up that mushroom. Like, sit down somewhere. He get on my nerves. So Cardi and Lauren converse, and he asks her about her passions. Lauren says, people also often get lost in like motherhood and parenthood. And that's never been her, okay? She like, yeah, listen, mama got to have a life too. You hear me? She shares that she's doing everything she wants to do because when you're unfulfilled, your kids will know it. And you can't show up for them as your best self when you're not showing up for yourself. And I couldn't agree more. I absolutely concur. And I know the first years is going through postpartum and things are tough. But once they start to get a little older, you got to start doing stuff for yourself. You can't just solely base your life off of being a parent. Them kids grow up, they get out of the house, and then you just don't have no identity outside of being a mom. You don't let that be you, okay? If that's you, go find something you like to do today. You hear me? So, child, like I'm trying to do this YouTube, but you hear that in the background. You just got to ignore them. You just got to ignore them and still do you. Anyway, so Cardi wants to finish his pilot license. That's what he's working on. He said, took a little longer than it would have because he's a parent, and parenting comes first. Now you might be delayed, but not denied. Okay, Cardi, you got 60 hours left. Get it done. We need some black pilots. Okay. But then again, when Ashanti was trying to explain how to cut, I don't know. Who are you flying? I think he said it was small private jets or something. Do that. Don't, not the major airlines. I don't know. You got to be flying for a while before you fly me. I'm just saying. So, Vince asked Ashante, what can he work on? Stop asking these questions, Vince, when you don't like the answers, because you did that with Emily last week. Now, she mentions a conversation they had prior at the skating rink about going 50-50 in relationships. And is he a provider? Back at the skating rink, he explained that, his wife or whomever doesn't have to work if she's comfortable living off of just his salary. However, if she wants a more lavish lifestyle, she's going to have to contribute. Now, he said it there, and then he clarified it again here. I don't think there was anything wrong with what he said. I completely understand what he's saying and agree with what he's saying. If you're comfortable surviving off of his salary, it might be the budget may be a little more tight, but you don't have to work. Now, if you want to have, you want to be whining and dining, vacationing and things, you're going to have to work. It is what it is. But, I definitely understood what he was saying and respected it. I didn't see nothing wrong with what he said because it made sense. But Ashante didn't have a problem with what he said. She had a problem with how he said it. His delivery and tone was off. It was like a little condescending, like he was talking to her like a child. And that's where he messed up. Now, again, I do see his point of view where he felt like, okay, wait a minute, I said this the first time, and I basically just repeat. Because one thing I can't say, I hate repeating myself more than anything in the world. Okay. He felt like, okay, I'm repeating myself and you misconstrued my words. But again, she just asked for clarity. Your tone talking to her like a small child is not gonna work. Now she turned off, but she like, who are you talking to? And rightfully so, because his tone was definitely off. The delivery was all wrong. Like, if that's what you meant, fine. But don't be like, oh, do you understand? Or do you because now, even if you right, you wrong because of how you saying it. But they just not gonna be a thing. Ashanti seemed like it don't take much. Like once you turn her off, you're done. Now Ashley and Ed go on a date to the dog park. It's like Ed going on a date every other scene. Like, where are the other men? Are they not available or what's going on? But she want to bring her dog Duchess. And Steven and Ashante are also having a one-on-one date. They're doing tie-dye. People still get stuff tie-dyed. I ain't seen no tie-dye since the 90s. But Ed shares he was married briefly to his high school sweetheart. Well, that kind of explains why he wasn't interested in Nicole back in college. Well, that he just don't like her, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. No, nothing on you, Nicole. But he claims that him and his ex grew apart. As they got older, they kind of just had different views and things, but they co-parent their kids well. I want to hear from the ex. Bring the ex-wife on that ex's date. So Ashley asks Ed if he's interested in her. And she tells him, like, well, if you are interested in me, you need to show it. I hate it. She's so pretty too. Like, girl, I don't like when my sisters ask men if they interested. Because I feel like if you gotta ask, then you know the answer. If you gotta be like, are you interested in me? And I've done it myself. You want clarity? But if you had to ask, then they're not interested. Steven tells Ashante that she reminds him of the ladies he's attracted to from his hometown, from around the way in Flint, Michigan. And, that's a compliment. Now, he said he wants a wife who has passions outside of being a wife and a mother. Like, don't let that just be your... Sometimes that's all. Some people just want to be a wife and a mother, and that's okay. I guess he wants his wife to have other passions, which Ashante does. She's a chef, and she does all these things. She says she wants to take her future children traveling to see the world, let the world be their teacher. So it seems like they're kind of aligned and on the same page. They exchange phone numbers. They would be a cute couple. They look nice together. Now, back at the ladies' lounge, it's time for the ladies to deliberate. This where it gets spicy. So Dominique tells without telling, she shares without sharing that her and Bello kiss. Okay, she said, lady never kisses and tells. Well, you low-key did with that statement, but I digress. But one thing about Ready to Love, you cannot lock in on a show too early. Because if you do, it'll be to your detriment. Like, even though it's supposed to be about you locking in, and that's the whole point and purpose of the show. But if the other ladies feel like, oh, Bello's locked in with Dominique, he's not giving us attention, then he's likely to be voted off. Now, Christina shared that Vince is going around calling the ladies the B word. Lauren tries to defend him, and the ladies is like, "No, not so fast, sister. He called you that tall B word." Okay. Well, something about trying to protect a man is embarrassing every time. Christina also shares that Devon sent her money. Dominique didn't like that because she felt like she tried to throw it in her face, and it was just tacky and tactless. Okay, it just, why are you sharing that? Like, okay, he sent you some money because you asked. Like, I don't. And girlfriend, nobody sent you the $300. He sent you. He's the only one who sent you something, but nobody paid for the full $300 massage. Now, it's time for the eliminates. Vince and Xavier are up for elimination. Donna asked Vince why he called the ladies the B word. Why are you calling the women out their name? He claims that he was just joking with the guys and he ain't mean it like that. Well, what you mean it like? And now I'm wondering, like, well, which one of the guys snitched? See, they said what happens in the lounge stays in the lounge. I guess what happens outside of the lounge is fair game. But that's what happens. You going around disrespecting the women. The ladies already don't really like him. And then on top of that, you just being unlikable with your personality. You calling women out their name? Nope. I'm surprised he's there as long as he is. Now, Dominique was talking to Xavier. She asked, why he hasn't shown any effort or made any connections. He tried to make some justification as to why he doesn't. It wasn't making no sense to me, child. So bottom line is Xavier got eliminated. Vince should have been eliminated for calling the women out of their name. I mean, both of them can go, honestly. It's like every time there's an elimination, I'm fine either way. But because Donna was like, yeah, the ladies decided for you to stay, and I'm glad about it because I want to get to know you. You want to know a man who's going around calling women bitches? What? Okay, girl. I believe the producers kept Vince around, because he bring the drama. So we shall see. He gonna have to explain himself yet again next week. So meet me back here next week to discuss Ready to Love. Be sure to check out my other content, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.